Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Okay, so before we get started, everything I say in this video is my opinion, mine alone. Please feel free to do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Please do not attack or harass and be mentioned in this video. There has been far too much of that going on already. I've thought long and hard about how I'm going to go about this video. And I was angry, frustrated, confused why anyone would be so cruel, so callous when they've had similar issues themselves. Now, the people I'm talking about is Mom of 8 kids, Rosalie, and MommyRambingsBlog, Caroline. Now, after watching several hours of Caroline's videos, because she does extremely long streams, 3 hours plus, I know that 3 years ago, she had a loss in her family, her son, only a few days before the anniversary of her mum. And because of this is why I would have thought that she, of all people, would have a little more kindness, compassion, caring and understanding. But what she's said is the complete opposite. I'm going to play some of what she said because I'm totally blown away. And to say what she says doesn't seem enough. I won't be playing her on my channel. I won't be putting her face on you because she does like to strike. And she's made that extremely clear in other videos. She is by far not a person I would consider a nice person. When you have to talk about a person's passing in the way that Caroline has towards Rosalie, it makes you think that that person has never known loss, never known the heartbreak of loss. Because if you had, you wouldn't be accusing someone's husband, 70 years of age, of being part of the KKK. But Caroline is very comfortable to do that. Caroline is very comfortable questioning why this man had such expensive vehicles. Caroline is more than willing to look into someone's background and personal lives. And to me, this is shocking. And this is crossing a line. And this is cruel. A woman who was married for 20 years, has 8 children, some very young children, lost her husband in July. Most of those kids are babies and very young children. Some of them are grown up and will be able to see the things that she's saying about their father. What I'm about to show you disturbs me, disgusts me. But I'm going to try and remain kind. And I'm not going to curse her out. Or I'm going to try not to. As much as at one point I wanted to. Radiant Brit bringing this situation up, I completely expect. It is absolutely what she does. But we all know that Radiant Brit is cold and callous. This is her woman's husband and a father to her 8 children. So please keep the comments kind and be a little understanding. And I know I don't have to tell you that because I have a good lot of people here. So let's see what she has to say.
Productivity. But anyway, then we lost electricity while I was in the craft room trying to organize it. Oh, pitch black. Jimmy had to come rescue me. Shelves that, I can...
She was starting the video off by talking about having a power cut and having to be in a room that was blacked out and rescued. But she is about to go into this now.
In the craft room trying to organize it. Oh, pitch black. Jimmy had to come rescue me. So, I have watched some disturbing video of a mom of 8 kids. Let me get to the chat, okay, because I can't even see you guys. Let me see here. Hope you're all doing well. Okay, here you are. Let me see. Hey, when this is this, I want the default viewers.
I've read some of the comments on Caroline's videos, and there are people pointing out to her that when she lost her son, people were cruel to her. People said cruel things to her and about her on YouTube. And for this reason is why I thought she may, or she should have been, a little more considerate.
Okay. Make sure I'm in live chat. Hi Isabel, hi GB, Julie W, Sherry, Super Chat Cat, Liza Ward, Deborah, Margot, Night Bye, how you doing? So, here's the thing. So I was watching, hi Janae. It seems like, I don't know why I feel like she got rid of some videos, but I don't know. Anyway, I was watching, there's one with the husband. He has a little longer hair, and he doesn't have that very short haircut that he has now, well, that he had prior, in the last videos. But it isn't take that much of a difference because the little girl in the back is still in the same car seat. Still looks around the same age. Did you see her loud snoring? Yes. Did I see her loud snoring? I saw that the short connecting it to the concerning to say the least. Oh, did I see her? Yes, I did see that. I mentioned that before, Dilly. But what I'm going to tell you now, Julie, is quite disturbing. Okay.
The loud snoring video I will link in the description. It is a video where the 70-year-old gentleman is asleep in a chair. The children are climbing over him and he is out for the count. From what I can gather, he was on very high dose of opioids and possibly abusing them. Now in this video it does look like sleep apnea, where he snores and he goes silent for a good 3 to 4 seconds. It looks as though he stopped breathing. Very scary. If that was my husband, I would have been very concerned. But I don't live in this home and I don't see what's going on day to day. All I can get to see is what is put out on camera.
Hi, she's like diamonds. So the other day, actually, Julie, when I was watching, you're observant, right? I was watching that snoring video. That's the first.
Now, I should point out that when Caroline lost her son, it was 2 days after when she was on a stream talking about losing him. And the super chats and the memberships were coming in fast and furious. There was quite a few constant going. And that, yeah, nice, very Very, very kind of people to do. But then for her to do that and then come on making all kinds of accusations about Rosalie makes me question the type of person this is. I'm sure you understand what I mean by that.
Time I noticed it. I said, what is that on his hands? On his hands, he has red tattoos, okay? And I saw them on the snoring video. I was mentioning them. And we had so many other things to talk about. Didn't really get into those tattoos, but I had in my mind, I've got to see what those tattoos are all about. So I watched a video with him with the longer hair.
Now you're going to hear a lot of conspiracy theories coming up here. How she comes to these conspiracy theories, I don't know. Because this research that she doesn't give the answers that she's actually given.
In my opinion, he's on something in that video. He says himself, he said he's effing whacked out or something like that. Effing whacked out, or he wears half gloves in that video. They cover this part of both hands in that video, which is one of the, I think it's before the toes, or I don't know, but I think it's one of their first driving videos. He has his hands covered here.
Okay.
In that video, and Beth, if you're here, remember you said to me you think that was Julius in the car? No, that is their oldest son. She says it. This is our oldest son, and I thought his name was Aaron, but it's Arian. Arian. Keep that filed.
She also seems to have an issue with the children's names too. Now, they're not regular names. They're common names. They're unusual names. And you know, I quite like unusual names. There is nothing wrong with unusual names. But for someone to drag their names, to use them suspiciously, to add them into their conspiracy theories, if you can hear the whistling, the sounds like the fans need cleaning, that's coming from Caroline's video, not mine. I can't do nothing about that, sorry.
Hi, Ruth Ann. So they go through this drive-thru. Well, they don't go through the drive-thru. He's a mess, a hot mess. He tries to order a burger for Empress. He orders it with just ketchup. Rosalie, the wife, is saying, no, she wants stuff on it. No, she's going to be upset. No, she wants stuff on it. And he's like, quiet, I'll get it later. I'll get back to it. And then she's like, you didn't get back to it. Now she's not going to be happy. And he's like, well, whatever. So he drives past the window to pay, has to back up. Then he drives right on past the window with the food. And she's like, you just went past the window with the food. You're going to go home without our food? And he goes, it wouldn't be the first time. And while he pays, he gets, and he says, I think I'm going to go do something with my tire. Now, the other thing is, he's in now a Toyota Sienna van. He is not in the Honda Odyssey. This one has a cloth interior, but it's still a higher end van, okay? Where are they getting these vans?
Okay. Why is that any of your business? Where he's getting his van from? Why? What is your issue with them having vehicles?
From? And if they had that van, why did they need to trade up to the Honda Odyssey, you know, with all, like, what happens there? What's going on? Where are they getting that? Because they're in public housing. She's talking about, like, I'm not sure about the Canadian benefits and stuff that he's getting there, but she's saying that they're going to run out, yada, yada, yada. And I thought they were not supposed to have vehicles that are worth X amount of money. Where are these vehicles coming from?
Again, why is that any of your business? Why was you driving and hit a deer? And yeah, that's an actual fact. She was live streaming, driving, and hit a deer at night.
Anybody? Okay. Then he's a big conspiracist. She says something about wanting to stay away from processed foods, which I would never believe she wants.
Just like you then, Caroline. Because it looks like you're a big conspiracist, doesn't it?
Wants to stay away from processed foods because that's basically all I've seen her buy besides some berries. So she says, I really want to get the kids on different snacks. I'd rather see them eating berries and get what else, carrots. And he says, oh, I just want to see them get away from chips because we're going through too many chips. But don't believe that about the processed foods. That's not true. And he said, and sugar is not true either, that it's bad for you or unhealthy. It's the government. This is what he said. The processed food comes in bags and comes in a lot of packaging. And he said that this is their way to say, don't buy these processed foods because you'll have all this packaging and then we'll have all this waste. So go eat the nuts and the seeds and the berries. Okay, that's what he's saying. He's saying don't even think about it. That's the only reason they're saying it. It has nothing to do with it's healthy for you, it's not healthy for you. It doesn't matter.
Well, a 70-year-old man probably sees things a different way to what you do, Caroline. And have different opinions to what you do. But you are not shy of being a conspiracist either, are you? As we can hear here.
And she says, but what if you're diabetic with sugar? And he's like, well, but meanwhile, he then says he's eating a gluten-free diet. And then he says, I need to stay healthy or something. I've got a beautiful young family. Which is ironic because he was saying he's thin, he used to be heavier. Anyway, as I'm watching this second...
Which is ironic because what, exactly? Because he's 70 years of age? Because he takes pain meds? What exactly do you mean by that, Caroline? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm asking you what you mean by that.
Video where they're going to Wendy's. The one with the $100 that they spent at Wendy's. I can get a good shot of his hands. And you'll see in the thumbnail. He has, and I went back at some other videos. He has a red 14 tattooed on one hand.
Okay.
And on this one he's got a 33. Now, the 14 usually goes with an 88, but he's got a 33. So, do you know what these tattoos mean? They, allegedly, white supremacy. Okay. So, let me tell you what this...
Sorry about that, little puppy running around and knocked my camera over. Let's get back to it, shall we? So she's talking about the tattoos and how he's got a 14 and a 33. And now he normally comes with an 88, but he has a 33 there instead, which allegedly white supremacist KKK.
Now, the 33 can be a good thing because it goes with that 333, that spiritual, that awakening, the Holy Trinity, all that. But when it's talking about the...
Somebody tell me, is this woman joking? Because it is too funny just to be serious. The stuff that she is coming out with. Talking about what vehicles he owns and how he owns them. What do you think he did, rob a bank? I don't know. It's going haywire for me.
33, just be very, very careful with the 33. Not the 333, the 33. Because KKK uses the 33. And the 14, I'm going to read you this, hold on.
Now, if I remember rightly, the KKK used 333, which is also angel numbers, I believe. I need to check that out. But what is she doing? She went off on Natasha Cooper for talking about her son dying. Now I know Natasha Cooper isn't one of the nicest people out here. But neither is this person, to be honest. And I am trying my hardest to stay calm because this annoys me so much. And because she lost her son, I am trying to be kinder. But knowing that she lost her son and she's saying all of this about another woman's husband, a father whose children would find this and hear what she's saying about him. Maybe when he was younger, he was a bit of a wild child. Possibly into things that he shouldn't have been. And maybe when he had children later in life, because he was around 50 when he married Rosalie, maybe then he settled down. Maybe then he got his life in order and got out of the trouble. If he had been in trouble, that is. I don't know. I don't know him. I wish his wife well. I wish her nothing but love and kindness. And that she can find peace after losing her husband recently. And I get that posting the videos something like 2 to 3 weeks ago and saying I lost my husband 12 hours ago, 34 hours ago, whatever she said, were videos that she'd made back when he passed away. And don't get me wrong, I understand Rosalie not going home and going straight to tell the children that their father had passed away. And I can even go as far as saying that being afraid that she would be blamed for her husband's passing. She wouldn't be the first person. So when she puts out a title like, Jail, am I going? I gotta speak to the police, but I don't need a lawyer. That's concerning. And I'd be worried too. Apparently he passed out on the kitchen floor. And there was vomit around his mouth when he was found. If he was abusing his medication and passing out everywhere, I would imagine that Rosalie became numb to it. We know what the effects of overdoses can be. Most of the time people wake up fine, but not every time. Sadly, if you keep doing these things, one day will be the last. And that's sad, that's heartbreaking. Because he has little babies at home who need their daddy and have now lost their daddy. I'm going to carry on for a little bit longer. But this is over 3-hour video, so I'm not going to do the whole thing.
Okay, so this is what it says about the number 333 represents spiritual growth and expansion. It's all Holy Trinity. I've always heard it's an angel's number. That's just, and I would just naturally wake up to 333, or my attention would be 2 o'clock when it's 333. It always was. When I walked out from speaking with the funeral director about Ray's funeral, I went right out and I looked at my phone and it was 333. I took a screenshot of it. So that's always been a number that's had a lot of significance for me, and numbers in general do. But it says number 33 is a math. Now they were talking about 33 is a master number, is what it says. Master teacher, and resonates with the energies of compassion, blessings, inspiration, honesty, discipline, bravery, and courage. Number 33 tells us that all things are possible. 33 is also a number that symbolizes guidance. However, be wary of that one, as the KKK uses it also. Okay? So let's see why KKK uses 33. Okay?
So her research told her that the 333 was a positive number in many ways. But the KKK use it too. So be aware. Be very aware, guys. Because this lady by here thinks you may need a little help. I hope that she is no longer live streaming and driving. Last time it was a deer. Next time it could be a child. And I'm not going to say anything else about that incident. I've said enough.
Okay. 13. It's the Aryan circle. It represents the first and third letters of the alphabet, A and C, meaning Aryan circle. That's 13. I'm sorry. I'm telling you 13. I'm losing my mind here. 33 we're looking at. 33 is with, hold on one second.
Okay, so she just looked at the wrong number. She looked at 13 instead of 33. And why is she about to look at the 11? Oh, right. The 11th letter is K.
It's with the 11. It's with the 11th number. The 11th letter is K, and there's 3 of them. So they use 33. It's there 3 times. 11, 11, 11, 33. But the 14, tell you about the 14. 14 is the 14 words. And I want to get to, hold on, I have another one I have pulled up here. There's one other one. When I ever get my stuff, I had this all ready to go, of course. Okay, so 14 represents 14 words, which are a quote by the leader David Lane. And what it says, we must secure the existence of our people and future for white children. And there's usually an 88, but of course I don't see it on his hands. And that the 88 is Hitler. It's a legion.
She's so determined to link this to something bad that she is literally forcing it, despite the fact that she can't see an 88 on his hands. That doesn't matter. She's going to use it anyway. She's going to push it towards that meaning anyway, because she needs to. She needs these conspiracy theories to be real. When I listened to her talking about her son, and my heart broke for her, I'm going to be honest. And she spoke about her mother's anniversary being just a few days after his passing. And there was someone else in the same month. And she sat there for over an hour, heartbroken, understandably heartbroken, for her son. And then 2 years ago, Natasha Cooper spoke on her son, apparently. I haven't seen any of this, but I know that she got extremely angry with Natasha. And as I've said, Natasha is not a good person by any means. But neither is Caroline. With everything that she has said and done in regards to this family. She has made numerous live streams about this family. None of them being short videos. Mom of 8 kids, 3.5 hours. She had another crime story with Mom of 8 for 2.5 hours. 2 hours 15. 3 hours. 2.5 hours. Hour 20. 2 hours 20. But don't you dare speak a word on her child. She can say and do as she pleases. And people have pointed out to her in her comment section how hurt she was when people brought her son up. Understandably. Completely understandably. But this is insane. Questioning how he got his vehicles. Accusing him of being part of the KKK. Who does that? Who does that to any other human being? If she had solid facts, then maybe. If she had solid evidence that he was doing it up until he passed away. But this is a husband and a father. As your son was your child, whatever age he was still your baby. And that's sad, that's horrid. Having to bury your baby. I thought I was going to have to bury mine. Born 28 weeks, 2 pound 9 ounces. Life support. The hardest thing I'd ever go through in my life. I've lost people I loved dearly and would give anything for one more day with them. So I would never berate another person's loss because I know the pain. Now I don't know the pain of having my loss torn apart on YouTube. And it would be so damn cruel for people to do that. As it is for you, Caroline, now. I'm sorry, Caroline, but you should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay, I'm not going to get into that. We don't need to do that. The 14 It says the 14 and the 88 are used together or they can be used separately, which sometimes creates confusion. So what's up with this? Did you guys notice this? Okay, and then the son's name, Arian, the oldest son. What's up with this? Anybody? Let me go back to the chat. What's up with that? Right? What's up with that?
What do you mean, what's up with that? It's his name. They chose a name they liked. As I'm sure you did with your children, Caroline. Did you not pick names that you liked for your children? You see, this is why I get frustrated with this woman. Because as much as I don't want to tear her apart, because she's at a loss too. These things that she's saying, she is pulling on anything to attack her. She's throwing spaghetti and seeing how much sticks. This is cruel. This is so cruel.
And Beth, if you're here, did you hear me? That is the oldest son that's in the car with them on all of the videos today that I was looking at. And the other one where the father's got the longer hair, he's got very, very short hair. Okay, let's see. Yeah, things seem off with them. But what do you think about those tattoos? Hi, Ginger Spice. So what's with the tattoos? What she buys in Cokes? Yeah, Cokes, as far as the eye can see under the sink. All over the house, right?
So, they like to drink Coke. I'm sure you probably do too.
Hi, I see you. You see me. Hi, Christina Ferrara. Hi, Ruth Ann Smith. Hi, Jane. Hey, Jane. That was a crazy video, right? Hi, Paint It Black. So what are we thinking about this? Could you make out what he wrote on his shirt in one video? He also, you reminded me of something else, Ginger. He's got what looks like another tattoo in red ink here on his arm. I couldn't tell whether it was a scab, but it looked like writing, so I have to get in on that. To go on that. Hi, Angelina. So what do you think? You noticed all of that? She's like diamonds. Did you look up what the tattoos mean?
When people have tattoos, they have personal meanings. It doesn't always necessarily mean how do I explain this? My tattoos I picked personal for me. I have a lot of tattoos. 14, maybe 15. But they ain't reasons you could look up on the internet. I chose them for my own reasons. For meanings that was something connected to myself.
But the 33 is also something, Julie.
Why does it even matter? He's no longer here. He's laid to rest. Why does this even matter? He was an elderly man. And a very sick man by the looks of him. Which is very sad for those children.
that's why the family didn't want her to marry him. Exactly, right? Maybe it wasn't so much with the age. Maybe it's because he's Klansman, right?
I'm sure the family didn't want the marriage because of the age. 30 years age difference is a big age difference. But that was her choice. Not yours, not mine. Nobody else's but hers. She fell in love with the man. She married him. She had his children. For you to sit here and pick apart why they married, what his tattoos meant, why he had vehicles. And before I get my head stuck up my backside, I'm going to discontinue this video here. Because this is too much. The things that this woman is saying is too much. So please, again, do not go and cause problems with this woman. If anything, go to Mom of 8 Kids. Show her a little support, a little love, and a little kindness. Because it's been months since her husband passed away. And I imagine that she is hurting right now. Because I know I would be. If I lost my husband, I would be in shreds. But like her, I know that I would have to get up in the morning and I would have to put one foot in front of the other because of the children. And that takes some strength. And that takes courage. So I'm going to wish you a good night. And thank you for made it this far. Caroline, my last words to you are compassion and kindness go a long, long way in life. Conspiracy theories can be left on the door. Good night. And God bless.